Oh yeah,
exit.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
exit 6 turns, and it's the fastest exit towards
Yeah. afternoon, everyone. We'll be going live shortly. Studio-wide. Good. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josh from Student Admissions, and I'm here with Gabby and Amanda. Welcome to MDX Global Connect Live Pre-Clearing Edition. So what this means is we're going to talk about pre-clearing, what that might mean, and how you can apply for Middlesex, and sort of about your grades and things. Does anyone know what pre-clearing means?
No.
No?
Explain it to us.
Explain it. Okay. Well, okay. I hope I didn't have that responsibility. Essentially, you don't have to wait for clearing, and clearing is when universities kind of change their grade boundaries slightly. So perhaps you don't get the results you were after. Maybe you were one under, for example. You can still, you can apply, and we'll consider kind of your results, and this might be based on your personal statement, anything else such as extracurriculars and things like that. So, but what we're really saying here is about the pre-clearing, and that is you don't have to wait for clearing. You don't have to wait till you get your results. You can, or maybe you have your results already, you can apply and speak to our admissions counsellors, like myself. I'm from the admissions team, and we will work with you to try and get you into Middlesex. We'll look at your grades, we'll speak to you, we will support your application, and work with you here. So, do you guys have anything to say about that?
Now that we know what pre-clearing is, I think, no, that's good.
Amazing. Yeah. So shortly we will have a talk from Gabby, who is in student activities, and Amanda, who is in careers. But basically what I'd like to do, earlier on today, we recorded myself and my colleague Paulina recorded a tour of the campus. So just in case you don't know that much about Middlesex, we'd love to introduce you to our campus and show you around. So I'm going to stay here while I show you the tour that, here's one I made earlier. Let's go sort of live to our tour of the campus with Paulina.
Our campus is across 4 blocks, 15, 16, 17, and 19, and each of the block has something unique to offer. We have various classrooms, creative labs, and studios, which will help you throughout your whole studies. And now I will show you our biggest classroom, the Barnett Auditorium. So welcome to Barnett Auditorium. This is our biggest classroom here with capacity for over 200 students. And the biggest classes are being held here. So get familiar definitely with this room.
Hello again. Come with me and I will show you some of our technological classrooms and innovations. So this area of block 15 where we are now houses our robotics lab, graphic design, some of our computing labs and our VR studio. So let me show you. So this is our VR lab, which holds our immersive VR theatre, as well as a lot of technological equipment, which is some of the best in class that we have. So we have some of our Oculus equipment, our high-powered computers that will showcase some of the VR creations, and students will be able to create new worlds in here. And basically bring things to life. So it's an amazing room. So that is our VR and AI lab. Over here, we have our Cisco lab, and Cisco CCNA is one of the many accreditations someone can get at Middlesex University. So again, this is the industry class equipment that Cisco use to create your Cisco labs. That is, for people who want to become Cisco engineers. We also have our Dell EMC accreditations, which can be done here as well. Our Robotech lab is an amazing lab. Here you can see some of the amazing equipment. Here's one of the robots that have been built here. And of course we have Pepper, who's sleeping right now, who is here to interact with our students and can be programmed to do many, many things. We have a huge amount of amazing equipment from our manipulator arms. And here are some of the the competitions that they have won from our professors and students for the manipulation arms and other robotics competitions. So you can see a huge amount of electronic and electric equipment. Let's take a look at our graphic design studios. So again, best-in-class equipment, which our students are used to design their projects and products, and some of the students have designed some of their final year products here. So this is some packaging that they have made for the electronic products that they've created, and there's a huge amount of creativity and ideas that flow through this area of the university.
If you are looking for the perfect place to hang out in between your classes, welcome to our social hub, a place where you can play various games such as football, or we have here our arcade machines. And also, if you would like to hang out a little bit with your friends, you can play basketball here. And if you would like to know something special about this, is the view at the scene. I will show you now something that you might be captivated by, and it's our gaming room, which is equipped with our PlayStation 5 sets. So this is the perfect place to really let your thoughts disappear. We also have here our games room, where you can play ping pong or pool. And another great feature is that if you are into playing some musical instrument, we have our music room, where you can join our music club and spend your free time here. Welcome to the second part of our social hub, which is mainly a sitting area where you can hang out with your friends in these cute little chairs, or you can take your cold coffee and gossip here with your girlies.
Welcome to our Sports Performance Lab. If you are passionate about sport, then here is the place you want to be. You can take part in our bachelor's program, and we also have our MSc in Strength and Conditioning and Sports Performance Analysis. So here you'll take part in many of the sporting programs and use some of the high-tech equipment we have. It's one of our newer programs, and we'd love to see you here if you're passionate about sport.
Welcome to our Middlesex Library, where you can find all the various genres in these full shelves, all that will support your studies here at our university. As we enter these library spaces, you can find here an area where you can do group studying projects, and there is also a silent study room where you can prepare for your exams. As well, we have here a special law library for the law students and fiction library if you would like to hang out with your favorite book.
we are in the study district, which is a large group work and event space. Right now it is set up for our summer camp at MDX Dubai, which is hugely popular with people who want to come here during the summer and experience the university. When this room is not used for event space, such as our art competitions and things like that, it's used for group work. So you can come here as a student, relax a bit. So we have our bean bags here, and you can also, group work. These are normally set up in smaller tables, so you can come sit down and do some work. We also have these individual study rooms which you can use, and they're kind of available on like a first come first served basis. So if you want to study and have a little bit more quiet, it's an amazing place to come and stay.
Welcome to our Middlesex Icon Studio, a heaven for our fashion students. You can see here all the models that were being created by our students here. If you decided to take up this course, you will be probably having most of your classes here, where you can use the sewing machines, mannequins, and also designing softwares. I will tell you very extraordinary thing about our university, and it is that the final exam for your course is going to be a fashion show where you will have to create models and then present them on a full fashion show. So this is our another Icon Studio. Here you can see the sewing machines, and they're in the back, and also here you can see the models that our students created.
Hello again. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm still here with Gabby and Amanda. Yeah. And yes, we are. I hope you enjoyed the tour. So basically, that was a little taste of the campus. If you haven't been here before, maybe you have been here and had a little open day tour or something. And if you have come on our open day, I hope you enjoyed it. They are always busy, and it's a really good opportunity to meet students. We actually have another one coming up in a couple of days' time, and then one near the end of the month. So have a look on our website for our open days, because it is a great way to see other students, meet the lecturers, and just have a talk with admissions and just get everything out the way. So I'm going to speak to our guests here, because these guys are super important at the university. Gabby gets questions all the time about student activities, because as a student there's other things to do that isn't just studying. And of course, university's university. There's you're here, you're studying, you're making friends, but it isn't just about those curriculars, it's the extracurriculars. So Gabby, why don't you tell us a bit about, not yourself, unless you want
what
to
I
talk.
do, what I do.
What you do, where are you based?
Yes.
Everything about that.
So, hi everyone. I'm Gabby, obviously. I am part of the student activities team here at Middlesex. So a lot of you might be wondering, what is student activities? What do we do? I think the main thing for Middlesex is creating the best experience for the students, not just academically, but also extracurricularly. So that's where I come in. Our department is responsible for all the social activities, all the events, the events on campus, and then also the sports activities. So we've got tons and tons of sports clubs. So I'll just touch upon the different social and the sports clubs that we've got. We've got around 18 social clubs. So this ranges from book, dance, music, anime and K-pop, whatever your interests are, we've got a club for you. And if there isn't a club that, that's listed there and you are interested in something, all you need to do is come speak to us and we can create a new club for you.
You can start your own club.
Yeah, so every academic year we try to introduce 2 to 3 new social clubs, and these are all created by students. They're all led by students. At the end of every year we hold interviews for students to become the club coordinators. So that's like an extra level of responsibility for the students.
I was going to say, is that is there a lot on those students when they are these club leaders?
Yeah, so they're mainly responsible, for leading these clubs, creating the events, and just creating a great experience for themselves and their peers. So these clubs, you can join as many as you want. They're also free to join. So if you are interested in joining a handful of them, you're welcome to join as many. For our sports clubs as well, we've got around 11. This ranges from football to cricket to rugby, and they're all male and female. So we split them up. We have training sessions almost every single day. We release a schedule for the students. This comes out in September every year, and these sessions we have transportation. So we pick them up from here and from the Myriad, which is the accommodation.
Okay.
And yeah, you can join as many clubs as you want. You can also be part of the official MDX teams, where you go out and participate in the competitions and in the tournaments. So yeah, we offer a lot of different opportunities for the students.
Yeah.
We try to engage them in as many activities as possible, and we just try to make the experiences as enriching and fun for them as we can.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
on our tour earlier, we walked past some of the trophies, and there's loads of them.
Yeah.
You need to get a better shelf, because they're like on the floor.
We need more space,
There's
that's
so
it.
many trophies, and that's all Team MDX
Yeah,
stuff.
to all Team MDX,
That's mad.
from football to rugby to basketball to volleyball. We've got trophies for everything.
And how much does it cost to join the clubs?
It's free. It's free to join. You don't have to pay for anything. The transportation's free. The sports clubs are trained by professional coaches. And the social clubs are also free to join, so you can join as many as you
Okay.
want, whatever you're interested. Even if you're, not any good at, cooking or dancing or even, a particular sport, you can join that.
Well, it's a good opportunity
and,
to learn,
learn
right?
and grow and develop yourself. So yeah.
So how old do you have to be to join?
It's open to all students.
Okay.
So whether you're IFP, first year, second year, third, PG,
okay.
It's open to everyone. So
That's really
we don't
great.
have an age restriction on these clubs.
Okay, so do you have like the postgraduates playing against the?
We do. We've got a whole mix of students in the team, so it's
Wow.
really nice to see. You get to bond with so many different
Gonna
people.
say, that's a really good opportunity to
Yeah.
network and meet
Yeah,
other students. That's
absolutely.
going to make you kind of feel, if you're in kind of the International Foundation program where
Yeah.
you might not even be 18 yet, and you're networking with these kind of these proper
Yeah,
adults,
yeah.
that's going to feel feel great.
And you also get to kind of meet people with more experience. So if you're meeting someone a little bit older and they've got more experience in a particular sport or a particular club, dance and music, you get to learn from them as well. So
Oh,
it's
that's
really
great. Yeah, that's a
interesting,
really good opportunity. So, has anyone joined all the clubs at once?
Not all the clubs.
No.
We do try to keep a good healthy balance between the clubs and your academics, so we just try to make sure that you're balancing that really well.
Okay.
So you're not overwhelmed.
So how can they, if they're studying during the day, when do they do the clubs and things?
So the events happen throughout the day.
Okay.
We have an event on probably almost every single day. Where it depends what club, depends what sports, but something is happening every single day on campus. And we try to do as many evening things for the PG students that are on our campus. And if you are interested in joining any of the events, we also do our international trips as well.
Ooh, great.
Yeah, so I'll touch upon that. The international trips, we try to go on around 2 to 3 every single year, and these are really, really popular with all of our students. They're always sitting and waiting for us to release when these trips are coming out. We've previously been to Japan.
Yes,
Yes,
that was a good one. Have
yeah.
you got any photos of Japan? Am I right? Yes, Japan. So what you should be seeing on the
Yeah.
screen are some photos of our Japanese trip, and then where else have we been?
So we've been to so many countries.
Yeah.
We've been to Kazakhstan, we've been to Azerbaijan, we've been to Georgia for skiing, we've been to Italy, we've also been to Switzerland just recently this May. So we try to mix the trips as much as possible. What we try to do is help the students with the itinerary. Of course, we're responsible for the hotel and flight bookings. We're also responsible for helping you out with the visa, so we try to make it as easy for the students as possible, but give you that opportunity to travel, meet new people, experience new things. A lot of people might have not been to many countries, so what easier way and better way is to do it with your friends at university and also the university team. We come along with you, we chaperone you, of course, so for any parents that are out there a bit worried, like wondering if it's okay to go, let your child go on these trips, that's fine. We're with them the entire
that's
time.
some good peace of mind.
Yeah.
We'd like to
and-
put our hands up for that, the
Yeah.
chaperoning part as well.
Yeah,
Just to
that'd
be
be
a part
good.
of the
No worries, I'll take that on board. But yeah, it's a
So
good time.
There's some events on campus as well. There's some quite big events.
Yes, we do. We do obviously our smaller scale events that happen each and every day, but then our bigger events, we've got our International Day. So this is where we celebrate all the different cultures that we've got on campus. We've got 120 different cultures on campus. So we just try to celebrate these and learn about the cultures. We have music, dancing, singing. We have our Youth Fest, so it's kind of like a really big talent show where students can come and showcase, you know, their talents, their music skills, their dancing, all sorts. We've also got our Week of Welcome, which usually happens at the beginning of the academic term. So this September, Week of Welcome is upcoming. And this is a week-long event where this is a chance for you to come in and meet all the different club representatives, the sports representatives, meet our team. So we've got our coaches here as well, which are part of the student activities team, so you'll be able to meet them during Week of Welcome. And we've got tons of different brands from all over the UAE. So if you are new to the UAE or international student, this is particularly great for you, so you get to kind of learn about, you know, what to expect when you're in this country. So it's a big event. It's a week-long event. So if you are joining us in September, come on down, come say hello. It'd be really nice.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah, some of the photos are fantastic. Yeah, they're high budget.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of organisation.
Yeah, we
right?
try to make it as interesting and varied as possible. So there's always different brands, there's always different students, there's always different clubs on campus. So yeah, it's really fun.
Thank you for, amazing. We're already starting to get some questions in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to, tell us where you're from, and if you have applied or any questions you have for Amanda or Gabby or myself in admissions, put them in the chat box. And the same if you're watching on Instagram Live, drop a question and we'll get to answer them. Thank you. So, Amanda, tell us about careers. Loads of people are interested in careers. You get flooded with questions.
All right. So before the flood of questions, a little bit about me, I guess, or what I do, taking lead from Gabby. So I am Amanda Fernandez. I manage the careers and employability services at Middlesex University, Dubai. I can't claim to be as fun as student activities, sadly.
It's fun. It's a career. It's your life.
That is true. You can have fun once you have a career.
I have fun. I'm having fun right now.
There you go. Okay, fine. So yes, careers is fun. So what we do broadly, I'm going to put it in a nutshell. One half of what we do is, of course, we post opportunities. So it can be job opportunities, part-time, full-time opportunities, internship opportunities. Things that can give students a perspective of work life. But I would say a more important half of what we do is the trainings, because while we all have career goals and we all want to get into those Fortune 500 companies, we really need to prepare ourselves to get into those. So we're not always equipped, but that's where we want to change things at the Careers Office. So our aim is to provide students with opportunities to make sure that they are the best versions of themselves come their graduation, so they get into those Fortune 500 companies, which we have done. The alumni is quite a strong network at Middlesex University, and you can see that they are in really good positions. Some of the highlights of what we do is, one, of course, we have our student vacancies portal that's completely dedicated for the Middlesex students. So only they will be applying on those portals for those opportunities. We have one-on-one counseling sessions. So everybody in the careers team tries to help the students in terms of, it might be resume reviews, it might be you're doing your first interview, or you're doing your first interview after a really long time, or you've had, you have questions about, you've taken a gap in your career and you want to know what to do.
I imagine you'd be quite rusty, or if you haven't had that sort of experience before.
Yes.
That's the sort of thing anyone could benefit from.
That is absolutely true. Not for staff, for students.
Oh.
But yeah, no, it is really important, and we try to encourage both the UG and PG students in their own ways. So, for example, we have customized support at the Careers Office for our PG students. So you can come to us for those consultations. There's another thing that we do in terms of profile building. We think that's really important. They get a great education here at Middlesex University, so we want to be able to supplement their profiles with other things that they can do. And student activities is one of the people that kind of give them those opportunities with like the events club and things like that. Yeah. So that's excellent, because you see that a lot.
That sort of bulks out your CV.
Yeah, it does.
That's really useful. I have seen that you do sort of personal branding and things like that.
Yes,
Tell me about that.
So personal branding is really important, right? So this is the brand of the university. We're trying to make you all know about what we are all about. It's the same way when you approach an employer. They have a lot of options out there, but why would they choose you out of somebody else? It is social media. It is how you come across. It is what is on your resume, what you do during the interview, and those are all trainings that we do at the careers office, because it's important how you represent yourself on that resume in person, and then after that, in terms of work ethic, even soft skills like that, time management says a lot. When you first go into the workforce, you can't do anything but kind of do the grunt work when you first start off. And you have to do a little bit of the grunt work once you're an international students coming into kind of a new environment as well.
Yeah, the market in Dubai is it can feel quite saturated sometimes with the amount of jobs, so definitely be able to stand out from the crowd is super important, and you can help with all of that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I mean, that's the aim. That's the aim to kind of do that. And they have a lot of opportunities to do that. So with Middlesex University, we are a university that doesn't have just one career fair. So usually what happens is there's one career fair, an annual career fair, but we do two. So we have one just when they join and one just when they're leaving. So we've got them covered.
Good timing. You've bookended their kind of university life with the ability to accelerate their job hunting.
Absolutely. I mean, in the last career fair, you had to take it off campus because we had 200
it was
employers.
Huge, right? You always have to put it in a hotel conference room or something.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Let's treat our students and the employers to something nice. And we got so much interest from the industry that was amazing. And it's not heard of, at least as far as I know, 200 employers.
Yeah, and these weren't
for a career
like
fair.
small names. These were some big names. Can you name any?
So who do we have? We had Lipton, we had Samsung, we had oh my gosh, there were so many of them.
Put you on the
So
spot
many.
to name.
I did.
Every,
Also, I'm not too sure if I can say that.
Oh, yes. So we've had a lot of lots of companies coming in. Yes, that's insane. So a lot.
It is a lot.
Of well-known names. So I've had some questions in sort of about some careers actually. So can they work full time when they're in the UAE?
So with PG students that are doing their courses in the evening, they can work full time because their courses start at maybe in the evening 6:30.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can work in the morning and they are free to come into university in the evening. With UG students, unfortunately, it's a little difficult, but they can do internships. There is a wonderful summer break period and a little bit of a winter break period. So if they are clever about when they apply for opportunities, they can do internships at that time. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So they can work up to a certain number of hours on a student visa. Is that right? Mostly.
Yeah.
UE visa,
Yeah.
it can be different
Yeah.
pair things. And then, and then if you're a postgraduate student, your studies will be in the evening, so then you can work during the day. So you can do your 9 to 5 or whatever, and then study in the evening. And our postgraduate courses normally take place 6:30 to 9:30, which is amazing. So another opportunity to network with like-minded professionals. So what are the salaries like in the UAE? That's a very broad question.
It is. It is. It depends on where you work. I'll be honest. So, if you're working in an SME, there would be a certain range there, and if you're working for like one of those Fortune 500, there is like that massive. So I think sometimes traineeship programs can be even 20,000 a month, and that's the highest scale of things, of course. But it can be anywhere from 2,000 onwards. Yeah.
That's mad. Yeah, I heard you mentioned about the kind of internal jobs portal.
Yes.
So employers sort of post jobs for our students here.
So when they reach out to us and then we post it on their
okay,
behalf.
I see.
Yeah.
That's really great. So is that exclusive to Middlesex students?
It is, yes. Yeah.
Ooh, that's great. So
nobody but Middlesex University students.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, it's true. I mean, employers, I know that they value students from this university. They are sought after.
Yes.
So, and partly I'm sure that's because of your brilliant careers team is setting them up for success. So that's great. So yeah, once you have a Middlesex degree, I think they'll be after you. Which is why I think those careers fairs are so important, because if you're there meeting employers, getting information, networking, it's all super useful.
It is. And there's support on how to do that, because I understand that being in a room with 200 employers can be overwhelming to some. So there is support in terms of how to network effectively as well. You start with the ones that you're okay kind of fumbling. Right? I'm just being honest. They will probably hear this if rather when you all join us. But you kind of start off small and then kind of gradually get the courage to kind of do that. It's like when you do cold calling. The first two are kind of hard, but then after that it's mechanical. And it's always good to be prepared. I think that's really important.
I've got some questions in actually from on the chat. So we have one about careers. So are there dedicated career advisors for different faculties or programs, or is it like a general service? Like, are the careers team, they know everything, or is it kind of like there's ones for dedicated faculties?
Okay, so I would like to say we know everything, but I won't. We will obviously help you with things that are like resume related, interview related, skills that are really important in the job currently in the market. The other thing that we do have, which is I think brilliant, is we have career faculty liaison officer. So anything that you need to know core subject, we partner with them, and they're also comfortable because they also happen to teach them. So we partner that way, and of course we know most of the things that happen, but if you're talking about technical skills, then of course the faculty liaison officers are great help to us there.
Oh, perfect, thank you. And Gabby, I've got some questions in about some student activities. This is a great one. How competitive are the team players? Is everyone professional, or can you start off from zero and learn?
So no, not everyone's professional. We do obviously have some amazing athletes and players on the teams, but by no means do we have absolutely 100% professional teams. Anyone can join. Anyone can make the teams as long as you're good enough in the eyes of the coaches. So obviously the coaches are professional. They go out and they're trained. They're specifically knowledgeable about the sport that they're training, so they have a good eye to see who's quite good or who can use some improvement. We usually do just drop-in sessions throughout the first couple of months during university, so you can come in, train with the team, and then eventually there are team tryouts and team pick-ins, so then you make the final team. But anyone can join, whether you're good, whether you're not, you can learn. It's all about trying a new experience. So yeah,
that's amazing. So am I right in thinking there's kind of like the competitive side, and there's more the more recreational side of things?
Yeah, so like take paddle for example. We just launched paddle in September last year, and we've got a competitive team that go out and take part in all these tournaments and competitions, but then we've also got the recreational side, so students can actually just come in and enjoy a game of paddle, learn how to play if you don't know how to play, and that goes for a lot of the sports as well. So if you're just got a general interest in it and you don't want to compete, you're not a competitive person. I'm not a competitive person, so I would literally just go just for the fun of it, just to meet new people.
Paddle is so big here, right? Where did that come from?
I have no idea, but it's such a huge sport now that we've had to bring it to the university, and everyone loves it.
There's paddle courts everywhere throughout. You can't move for paddle courts.
Absolutely.
So the sports, I don't know if you know much about the sports program, but we've launched a new kind of sports program. We've got a BSc in sport and two postgraduate sports programs. One of the questions we have had is it open to someone who's not an athlete? What does the career path look like? I'll try and answer the open to someone who is not an athlete. You don't have to be an athlete. If you have an interest in, if you have for example, if you're going into the Masters in Sports and you've kind of done sports related degrees beforehand, you can join the sports science program. And in terms of the career path, do you know kind of what the career paths for sports look like?
I think it depends on what course you're doing and maybe what your experience is in this area. I mean, there are a lot of these training camps and things like that here. So there is a lot of opportunity to get into these fields, but it's very broad when you say sports. It depends on, are you going to analyze something? Are you going to be particularly working with the athletes? Like how does that work? So, but hey, we can come into the careers office for those counseling sessions that you're talking about.
That's brilliant. And what other questions do we have? Is it One for me. Is it possible to get an appointment with the team and discuss the foundation program? So the International Foundation Program, or IFP as it's normally called, is kind of a year before undergrad entry. So if, for example, your curriculum doesn't give direct entry into undergrad, you can join, normally if you have the grades, our International Foundation Program. Those entry requirements are on our website, but you can always speak to us. We have an admissions inbox, which we can put in the chat, but that is admissions@mdx.ac.ae. But the easiest thing to do is to head onto our website, and there is a button on there which says apply now. And you might think, all right, that's just really daunting. It's apply and then have to, it is not. It's that application starts the process of getting in touch, getting assigned a dedicated admissions counsellor, and you can, we're here to support your application. So speak to us about your grades, your career path, your curriculums, and that is your appointment basically. You'll get their number. You can WhatsApp us and email us, phone us. We're very contactable. Please, if you are interested in kind of admissions or anything like that, have a look on our website and click on the apply now, and you can start the process of speaking to an admissions counsellor. And everything like that. So we've had some other questions which we'll go through. Can we access? I think we've answered this. Can we access the social hub as an IFP student? We showed the social hub on our video.
So as you saw on the virtual tour, we've got amazing facilities. We've got our social hub, which is full of gaming room, music room. We've got an arcade, ping pong tables, pool tables. We've got a gym. This is open to everyone. Anyone can come in anytime. Just make sure you have your student IDs. That's all we need from you. The gym is free to use as well. We've got personal trainers in there. So if you did want to learn how to use the equipment, you want to, get a bit of training in there, learn how to do different exercises, we've got a team in there that will show you. So all you need to do is come speak to us, and we could get you booked in for kind of like a little training session. And then on top of that, we do loads of different activities within the social hub and around campus as well. So you just got to keep an eye. We've also got an Instagram page, student activities. It's We Are MDX, or We Are MDX Sports if you're interested in the sports side. So give those pages a follow. We post all our events and activities on there. So if you were interested in even just having a little look, just drop us a message and we can show you around the social hub and all the different facilities.
Oh, great. Yeah. So that's We Are MDX and We Are MDX Sports.
Yes.
We should put those in the chat so people can have a follow, because that's one of the best things about these sorts of live events. Start following the socials and you'll really get a taste for what Middlesex is.
That's true.
Either from our main page or
especially what's
pages.
happening around on campus. If you miss something on your email, it's all on your Instagram as well, so it's a great way to keep in contact with us.
No, that's great. And we also have our podcast as well, MDX Unplugged as well. We can probably add to that as well. And that's hosted by some great people with guests on and things like that. So that is at MDX Unplugged. So that's another one we could follow, and that's kind of the insights, a bit of the behind the scenes, unfiltered, unscripted stuff that happens at the university.
That's with the current students as well.
We have alumni on, our current students. It's really fun. So if you haven't watched it, then please have a watch. Question, actually come back to the foundation program. Is it possible to join the foundation program before my IGCSE results? So you would need to meet the entry requirements to join IFP. Part of the entry requirements, if you're looking at GCSE, is around 5 Cs. So you'll need to achieve your grades to get accepted into the program. However, that doesn't mean you can't apply. So you can apply for the IFP before you get your results, because results aren't out yet. And the same with A-level and things like that, and any results that aren't out, you can still apply and you'll get a conditional offer pending your results. So that's great. So that means there are a number of early bird discounts and grants and things like that we often have. So if you're worried about those kind of early bird discounts and grants depleting, what you can do is put a deposit down to kind of start to secure your place at the university, and then that'll be pending your grades. So you wouldn't lose your deposit if you don't get your results, that actually gets refunded, which is always good. I know some people are worried about that. As if I put my deposit down, I'll lose it if I don't get my grades. Don't worry, that's we've got you. Another thing actually, Gabby, while I've got you here, international trips. Can any student go?
Yes, open to everyone,
Open
to anyone. Obviously MDX students only, and what we like to do is we partner up with a tour agency, and they're also guiding us the entire way, so we're not just alone in the countries. We've got this tour agency with us, you've got us with you, we plan out a whole itinerary for you, and yeah, anyone can join. We've had so many students join us that they're on their own, they don't know anyone going, and they've ended up meeting people there, making friends, and then what they do is sign up for the next trip with the person that they met. So it's really nice to see, and we've had a lot of students join us on multiple trips. So it's nice to see familiar faces. They really enjoy themselves, and they get to go to a new country that they've never been to before, and they won't have maybe the opportunity to do so, and we try to give that opportunity to them as well.
Oh, amazing. And with those trips, are students kind of paired up for the trips? It's all safe and fun, like you said. I've got somebody here who says they're pretty shy, but I love to travel. Love from Ghana.
Nice. So what we do is usually with our excursions, we're all together as a group. If we do need to split up, we'll go in different groups with a chaperone. But what we see is students will meet at the airport, and then they're just together in that group that they don't know each other, but they introduce each other at the airport, and they're literally together with each other the whole entire time. In regards to the hotels, we kind of pair them up with people of a similar age. If they're studying similar subjects, we try to make sure that they're kind of got similar interests, and we just try to make it as enjoyable for the students.
So this is from anyone from any course can join?
Yeah, any course, any age, whatever country you're from. Even if you think you might have some visa issues getting into it, don't worry, we're going to help you out as much as possible, because we want to make sure that the students have the opportunity to travel, especially with us as well.
Wonderful. And do you know if there are international trips specific to any courses as well?
I do know that the MBA, they do go on some trips, don't they? I know the law program go on some trips, but they are very separate to the student activities. So we don't really kind of follow along with them. We've got our own separate itineraries to
I know
students
our executive MBA, they will go to Paris and Milan, and I think that's included in the cost of the executive MBA, which makes it very cost effective. So if you're kind of a working professional, you've done a number of years of work experience, and you're looking for that MBA journey to kind of accelerate your career even further. One thing that I didn't know, I thought was amazing, was that included in the fee for that are trips to Paris, Milan, and things like that, and that's amazing. But those are kind of subject specific trips, I think, rather than and you're referring to the kind of the
ours is more extracurricular, tourism, have a bit of fun,
the fun one.
The fun side.
Amanda, do you know much about the visa process and how when they from admission to visa, how that works? Do you know much about that?
From admissions to visa, we do have a visa department that kind of takes care of the student visas.
I spoke to them earlier today actually, and I was always I should be surprised, because our staff here are amazing, but just how friendly and knowledgeable they are. We all are, aren't we? We are amazing. We are. But they were so good. They know their stuff. So I suppose if you have any visa queries, you can reach out to the dedicated visa team about that. So in terms of the
student visa, they'll be the right people. If it's work visa, if you're on a full-time job, law of the land, you have to have a work visa. If it's an internship, you need a no objection certificate, which again the careers office can help you with.
So any kind of visa related questions, we have a page on our website. If you search on Google or your favorite search engine, other search engines are available. Search for MDX Dubai, hopefully you find it, and search for our visa page. You can get in touch with the visa team. They also have a dedicated contact page and WhatsApp number, and you can speak to them about kind of the visa specific queries, but it is easy. They also support you every step of the way. So if you are a domestic student here, applying from within the year, it might take around a month. If you're applying from overseas, it might take, I think they say, a month plus allow 15 days for the entry permits as well. So they'll explain the process, but it's very straightforward, and again, your application is supported.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun things to do while you wait.
Yeah.
At the student
On
hub.
campus?
Yeah.
Loads. Week of welcome, we have club meetings, we have sports tryouts.
Just hang out in the student
Just,
hub.
exactly, in the gaming room, play a bit of pool, table tennis. We've got it all.
Got it all. Yeah,
We've
I've seen
got
it.
it
It's a
all.
good room. I've got someone who's coming to Dubai on the in July, and for the admissions process. So
Okay.
they're asking what documents they might need to have with me. So if they're coming for Dubai, so it sounds like they might be coming already. Perhaps you've got a place here, and you're looking to kind of start your time in Dubai. I would bring the original transcripts and certificates you have from your studies. If it's a postgrad, make sure you have your university certificates translated and things like that. So essentially, try and bring your original documents, and obviously everything you need, like your passport, IDs, and things like that. That's be the best thing, so you have it ready for when you start the enrollment process. What other questions do we have? A question about how much scholarship do you offer to innovative and creative students, or those that have received extraordinary certifications at a young age? It's an excellent question. So it depends where you're applying from. If you're applying from overseas, we offer country grants, which is based on kind of where you're around the world and for which course you're applying for. If you're applying in Dubai, in the UAE, there is the opportunity for merit-based scholarships based on your academic success, your academic careers. Let's say CBSE, GCSE, A-level. Depending on your grades, you might get a different scholarship level based on how well you've done. I think also we have some sports scholarships. So if you are an athlete, you can submit a kind of sports CV. Let's say you play nationally or internationally. You might be well recognised, or you play, whatever. There are sports scholarships available, and I believe the same coaches who are sort of the professional
part of the
coaches
student activities
will
team.
kind of assess and go through all that.
Yeah, so case by case basis.
Case by case, yeah.
And they have a look at your achievements, your successes, and they kind of make a decision there.
Wonderful, yeah. The coaches are brilliant, by the
They're
way.
great,
They know their stuff as well. I have a question about what programs can I study to get access to the Cisco lab. So we offer, we have a Cisco lab here, which is kind of Cisco. They do CCNA and things like that. Basically, our CEI programs, our computer engineering and informatics programs. Some of them will have access to the Cisco lab. It might be part of your course. If you're looking at CCNA and things like that. There are often, access to the Cisco lab as part of that. I would have a look at the CEI, Computer Engineering and Informatics section on our website. Have a look at the modules and see where they fall into the extra bits like the CCNA. Another question. This is about intakes. So this is there a February intake? There's not. There's not a February intake. Have I got that right? There's no February intake. We have January and September. You made me question myself. Like we would add another intake. No, we have our.
I was just disappointed.
Oh, okay, that's fine because we want more people to come here. No, that makes sense. So we have our September intake. So primarily, we normally start. I think this September we'll be starting on the 22nd of September, and we have our week of welcome on the 15th of September. And some courses, not all the courses, have January intakes, and last year we also had an April intake. So the April intake isn't open yet, so we'll see which courses we have that might open for our April intake. Question, Amanda. How can students apply for internships?
Oh, so we have a dedicated students portal. It's on our website. Even if you kind of just want to go through it, you won't be able to apply, sorry. But hey, there is a chance. We talked about the apply now button, but on the admissions page. So students have a dedicated portal. They can apply for opportunities on there. There are multiple opportunities. Again, job internships, part-time.
Even on campus as well.
Even
We've
on
got
campus.
a few interns from you
Yeah.
in our office.
There
so
you
yeah,
go.
That's been really
Yeah.
Yeah,
easy.
here too in the admissions office we have some amazing,
Yeah.
amazing interns. Don't steal our interns; they're great.
Noted.
Okay. How can we? How easy is it to get a job after completing masters in Dubai?
Right. So it depends
Switch to
on what course you're doing. But again, the more important part to kind of realize is it depends on your work experience. Especially when it comes to PG students, the thing to do is meet the careers office. Like I said, we do have dedicated support for our PG students. So we would be able to kind of help you out depending on whatever field that you're in. It does take a little bit of time, I'll be honest, but we help you through that process.
Or we sort out some technical issues. You
Oh,
might
that's
see
alright.
a little bit of a blank screen.
I
so-
can
so you
go
might-
on about
No,
careers
I
if
think
you want.
we had your voice. We just had you in the dark, I think.
Oh, that's all
So,
right.
yeah.
That's fine. I'm
don't worry.
camera shy anyway.
That's fine. That's being live, isn't it? And I think
There
you
you
get
go.
those things, but we're prepared. We'll try
there you go.
and
There you go.
sort these issues out. But
Yeah.
well done. In the midst of this kind of live terror, you've got it sorted. Let me see what other questions have come in. Can I get application assistance in person as well? I know it's online, but I feel more safe if I have someone help in person. Well, yes, absolutely. Come on in to the application, to the admissions office. I mean, that's obviously, that works well if you're in Dubai or, traveling over here. Yes, please come in. You can either phone the admissions office. The number is on the website, but basically you can come and speak to us. If you start the apply now button anyway, then that will assign you a dedicated admissions counsellor. So then you'll have their number and email, and then you can, talk to them, book an appointment, and then just come and sit down, have a coffee with us, we'll get you some water out of the Dubai heat, and we'll just go through it with you in person. So don't worry, if you're not kind of into the whole online thing, we'll just walk you through it. So we're friendly like that. What else have we got? So we've covered visas, we've covered student activities, dedicated career, about careers. What else do we have coming in? How can I apply for the IT top-up degree? So again, that's through our website. So that is kind of our AppTech program. So that is a program where you complete basically up to diploma level, and then you can apply to Middlesex, and essentially it's kind of like a special offer, special discount, to top up your degree with a 1-year course, which can be done online or in person to get an actual degree out of that. Wonderful. We've covered a lot of questions today. Do you guys have anything to add about kind of the session?
I mean, it's been fun. I think it's important to add that, Middlesex University is known for their student experience, so the guys do such a great job there.
Thank you. So do you. I feel like we work really, we always do, a lot of different activities.
There's a chance for students to kind of have their resumes full purely because of what they do in student activities
clubs,
with volunteering.
The sports, we've on that note, actually, volunteering. We do offer the opportunity for students to volunteer on campus. We've got our volunteering program. So those students who join, if you've been on our campus for an open day, for example, you see the students in the white T-shirts, the volunteers. So you volunteer for all different events, open days, graduation, youth festival, all the different things that happen, the different events.
Career fairs.
And then what we do is it's a program. Oh, we had career fairs. We have
100 of
all
them.
the program where we add up the hours, and if you hit a particular mile point or milestone, we invite you to our annual awards night at the end of the year.
We love an awards night,
Yeah, I know, right? So it's like a massive gala dinner. You dress up really nice. It's a black tie event, and we just kind of celebrate, all the clubs,
Amazing.
all the sports achievements, and then also all the volunteers. So it's a really nice experience. And
How's the food?
something to work to. Yep, absolutely.
Can I come?
I mean, do you want to volunteer for 60 plus hours?
That's the working hours, guys.
I know,
Let me get in on that as
And then
well.
obviously in that respect, it's great on your CV as well, having
It
that
absolutely
experience
is.
behind
Yeah.
you. So just all works well.
I think that's the
together,
great
doesn't
thing
it?
you just said about you all working together.
Yeah.
We do all
Absolutely.
complement each other here.
Yeah.
That was the main when I when I started here, the energy from the staff, the lecturers, professors, students here, the energy on campus is amazing, right?
Yes,
Do you feel the
yes.
same?
Yeah.
I think
Like-
the main thing is everyone just wants to see the students succeed. Like,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to see them
Yeah.
do well. Because when I went to university, I really enjoyed myself,
Mm.
and it's like it's nice seeing you give that experience to other students
Yeah.
now at this point.
Yeah,
No,
it
that's
sounds,
true.
yeah, it sounds cheesy, but I love working here because of the energy that
Yes, that's
everyone
true.
here
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
I think that just makes for an amazing student
Yeah.
experience.
It does.
You know when you're here that when you're wandering around the kind of knowledge park and around seeing other students and on campus, the energy and the friendliness of everyone here. Yeah, it makes it a brilliant place to study and work.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
that's
think
absolutely
everyone's
true.
in the same boat as well when you're joining university.
Yeah.
So it's a nerve-wracking thing, but I think when everyone's coming in, week of welcome, you're meeting new people, ice-breaking activities,
Yeah.
and everyone's just like the students, the staff, they're all really friendly. So
Yes.
it's the best way to just get yourself out of your comfort zone, really.
That's true.
Wonderful.
I think you often say, just if you have a question, whoever you're comfortable with, just go up to them and
Yeah.
just ask it, even if it's not a careers question, it's an activities question. Just ask us, we'll direct you
Yeah,
in
we'll
that.
get you to the right place.
Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need to worry about it because usually there is that, I don't want to ask a silly question, but it's fine.
Ask the
It's
questions
yeah,
for
ask the
sure.
questions.
No question is a silly question.
Much like you did.
Yeah. Wait, what question did I ask?
So many.
So all right. Oh, incredible. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. So anything admissions related, anything kind of pre-clearing, please get in touch with admissions. So don't worry if you haven't met the grade yet, or you don't know, you don't have your results. Come and speak to us anyway, because we will work with you. There's no need to wait for the actual clearing with the university. You can just contact us and we'll start the process now, and then you don't have to wait for the rush kind of around the clearing period. So we're here for you essentially, and so is all the teams here.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, amazing. We'll
Thank
wrap up.
you.
Thanks a lot. Have an
Thanks, everyone.
amazing afternoon.